Hi guys, my name is Dan, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you some videos and photos shot with the Pocophone F1, which is a phone I've been playing with. So I reviewed this phone about a month ago. It's become my main phone. I really like it, use it every day. And I think one of the best things about it, apart from the fact that it's super powerful, got a great processor, but the other great thing about it is the cameras. It's got two rear cameras and one front camera for selfies. The rear cameras are 12 megapixels and 5 megapixels respectively. It's got a depth sensor, it can shoot HDR, panoramas, it can shoot video at 4K resolution at 30 frames per second, and it can go all the way up to 960 frames per second slow motion at 1080p. However, that's kind of done via software, not really hardware. It can also shoot 240 frames per second at 1080p, which does look a lot better in my opinion. The Pocophone recently received an update which included this 960 frames per second, but also included a improved night mode, so night shooting, night video, night photos in low light makes it look a lot better, and I have noticed a difference. It looks very good. It's one of the better cameras I've used for shooting in low light, especially when you consider that this is a phone, not a DSLR or a, dedicated camera. What I like about the Pocophone's cameras, especially the rear cameras, is the fact that it's so detailed. I mean, in 4K, the 4K looks amazing. The colors look great straight from the camera. You don't really need to correct them too much. All of the footage you are seeing here is shot straight from the camera, not edited at all, not color corrected, not changed in any way, straight from the camera. And I think it's very detailed, very sharp. The dynamic range looks good. I mean, this is almost as good as one of my older DSLR cameras. So it just goes to show how far mobile camera technology is coming, that a relatively cheap phone, it's $350 to $300, you can get a camera that is this good, and I think it's really amazing what you can do with this camera for such a cheap price. The front camera as well, the selfie camera, is actually pretty decent as well. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as the rear cameras, but for taking selfies, it's really good. It can shoot 20 megapixels, which means your face will be very clear, very sharp, and it can also blur the background, which is a common theme or a common trend in camera phones these days, where you can selectively blur the background and make your face or the face of your group or your friends just be much more in focus and much more apparent in the image. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to show you guys what this camera can do. This is basically all the footage I've shot over the past couple of months. You can see some very good slow motion video here, very good low light video. I mean, compared to even much more expensive phones like Apple and Samsung flagship phones, I think those phones will be a little bit better. I mean, the Apple phone especially is apparently amazing for shooting video these days, but the difference isn't amazing. It's not twice as good, it's not 3 times as good, and you will have to pay 3 times the price to get those phones. It's going to depend on what your budget is and whether you really want to spend 3 times as much to get very little difference really in terms of camera and video quality. So yeah guys, that's it. I hope this has been useful. I hope you've enjoyed that little compilation of photos and videos shot with the Pocophone F1. I will obviously continue to use this phone and let you know if it has any updates or any new features that come out. However, in the meantime, I will be getting some new phones coming in the kind of mid-range, like the similar to this really, like the Honor 10, or I really want the Nova 4 that's coming out as well, because I think that's going to be a big category going forward, because these phones are becoming nearly as powerful and nearly as good in terms of photography and video as much more expensive phones, so I think they're going to be very popular in the next few years. Until then, I will see you around. I hope you've enjoyed this. Give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me, some new phones and smartwatches, etc. But until next time, I'll see you around. Bye.